They didn't want to be the 31-1. They were like, oh, just go.
Just the Packers upset.
Right.
With the nose push. Here's Justin Jefferson.
Today is a big day, for NFL players to be allowed to play in the Olympics. I know I'm speaking for myself right now, but I'm pretty sure, the rest of the players feel the same as kids, we grew up watching the Olympics and just wishing to be a part of it in some type of way, to compete for a gold medal and to compete worldwide.
That's right.
He's going to be awesome.
Well, it also, real quick before you get into it, the symbolism and the branding of the gold medal is one of the strongest in the world for anything. And I think that for football players, it's the only, I think, sport that growing up, it's like, man, I can't win it there. You know what I mean? I guess baseball, what do you mean?
Oh, you can't win a gold medal.
You can't win a gold medal. You know what I mean? Like, I understand guys grow up, I want to make the NBA, but also it's like, oh, I might be able to also win a gold medal. Like, obviously, golf you can, tennis you can. And so I don't know. I just think I think that's why guys are going to.
Equestrian.
Sure. I just think that's why guys are. I think it's going to be more competitive to be picked for the team than you'd think.
Water polo.
You're such a jerk. Brew, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
That guys will want to be like to have that accomplishment.
Yeah, I do.
Bobsled.
For bobsledders, the only thing they've thought about is the gold medal.
Wow, someone is not familiar with the domestic bobsled championships. Okay, you've made a flag football dream team.
Yes. So again, do you want to explain the rules to everyone since you're the flag football expert?
Well, I'm a flag football expert, but I have yet to see or gone through the full rules of Olympic flag
So
football.
it's 5-on-5.
In general, here are some treetops.
Yeah.
5-on-5, and then part of the rules about the NFL competing is you can't have two guys. So T. Higgins is like, what?
Right.
And same with Joe Burrow.
Only one guy per team.
Yeah.
It's 5-on-5. There is no, offensive line, and everyone other than the quarterback's eligible to. Well, I guess quarterback too, but
So you have 5 offense, 5 defense?
Exactly right.
Or Travis Hunter.
Right. So that's the thing. You only have a 10-person team, and you're playing 5 guys at all times. So you either have no bench or guys going both ways. All right, number 10.
Here we go. Oh, they're in order.
Yeah, 10 to 1.
Brock Bowers also on my team.
Brock Bowers, because there is, from my study on this, some benefit to the guy who snaps the ball having some amount of size to him to kind of potentially slow up the other team's pass rush. And also, I just think catch radius, you know what I mean? You don't need to have a ton. Everyone doesn't have to be a burner. Number 10, Brock Bowers. Number 9.
One caveat, also under 25.
Well, that's an important thing. We're not pretending as if this is happening in a few months. We know when it's happening, the summer of 28. So you look 3 years down the road. Another young guy coming up, Cooper DeJean.
On my team.
No way.
Yes.
So he had an insane athleticism score for that raw athleticism score at the combine. It was a 9.9 out of 10. It was like the 28th best of any defensive back ever measured in the entire history of the combine. And there is real value, by the way, on interceptions. So here's the other rule about flag football at the Olympic level. Turnover on downs. If you force a turnover on downs, you just get the ball on your own 5-yard line. You don't get it where the ball is. You don't get the ball.
Interceptions are
right,
killed.
but interceptions, you get it wherever you return it to.
Okay.
Number 8, Bijan. Now, Bijan, I think, had an underrated awesome year last year at almost 1,500 yards, but I'm also trying to thread the needle of youth. He'll only be 26 when the Olympics are. At that point, even Brew, I don't think Saquon's still going to be, what he is now. And the power back, like Genty or a young Derrick Henry, doesn't have as much value. Number 7, Sauce. I just think that's almost a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You have Sauce Wilds.
Correct.
Number 6, right alongside him, Patrick Surtain.
Had a question mark because he's 25.
He's 28 in 3 years.
Well, I had Cooper DeJean instead.
Okay. All right. Number 5, Micah Parsons.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the size, speed, and athleticism as he is my one guy rushing the quarterback and can, potentially run a guy down. I think Micah's the, I don't want to say obvious, but yeah, the obvious pick.
One thing we haven't discussed, and I think this is important when we see USA basketball, you got to want to be on the team.
Yeah.
Like Justin Jefferson really, Micah would be super into this. Especially since the Cowboys aren't going to win any hardware. He needs something in the trophy case.
All right, number 4, Jeremiah Smith.
Solid.
So he's the highest rated by my friends at Rivals, the greatest wide receiver prospect ever coming out of high school. Is the highest rated he's ever been. He's obviously, super young now, so he would be basically going, after his rookie year in the NFL, you would have some youth. He was unbelievable his freshman year at Ohio State. Number 3, the guy auditioning or, campaigning for it, Justin Jefferson. He'll still be awesome in 3 years. He'll be 29. Number 2, Travis Hunter. So, and more on him in a moment. And then number 1, the quarterback I would choose is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen, Patrick Mahomes, who, again, his age, he'll be 32 when this happens, which historically is like that still in your prime years as a quarterback. So here the offense would be Patrick, Jefferson, Jeremiah, Brock Bowers, and Bijan, and the defense being obviously Micah, Surtain, Sauce, Cooper DeJean, and Travis, with the opportunity of, if we, want to go 4 wide, sub out Bijan for Travis, or if Brock Bowers, isn't having the impact. Travis obviously is kind of the cheat code in that he naturally can go both ways. KW?
Well, God forbid, and I hate to even mention this, but if Patrick Mahomes
retired,
let's say during the Olympics, I would want to have 2 quarterbacks on the team.
So
I'm adding Lamar. If we're only actually bringing 10, or we bring 12.
No, you can only. So that's
you got to have 2 guys that can throw the ball.
So that's what I was going to ask you, Brew, because I initially had Jaden in the Brock Bowers spot, not Lamar. I had Jaden. I don't think you can go 2 quarterbacks.
You have to.
And then you're just going to ask multiple guys to go both ways?
If he has like a dental emergency and has to leave.
You got Travis, he can go both ways, right?
So
yes, that's right.
And so Travis, you're just playing the whole game at all times?
I mean, it's flag football. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, he could easily do that.
Did you have any other?
I had Jamar Chase in here. I had Ryan Williams from Alabama.
Oh, okay. He's the other stud young receiver.
Right.
And of course, after the news yesterday out of New England that Drake May, who is one of the I don't have Drake May on the team, but Drake May in his first 9 throws was picked off by Christian Gonzalez twice. So I have Christian Gonzalez in for Pat Surtain just because he's younger.
He's not better than Pat Surtain.
In 3 years.
I don't think he'll be better than Pat Surtain. The Brew, any issue?
No, I like your teams. I do. It makes sense. It's just a different way of thinking, you know what I mean, about the game. So I like those teams. And obviously you're not going to get a better thrower of the ball than Mahomes. So
my one caveat, this is going to sound strange. Are we so far ahead of the world in football? Is it going to actually be more, is this team going to be actually more dominant than the Dream Team?
I don't know that you could be. The Dream Team never called timeout. The Dream Team, here's the thing.
But there's an opportunity we could, look, the whole NFL, and it's the NFL, is trying to get a one-on-one for Justin Jefferson. Well, now you have to be a one-on-one on Justin Jefferson, and you're just a guy who played a little football in Switzerland.
The world is so far behind in football. Now, tackle football.
Right, that's the thing. I
don't know how much farther they're behind in
You guys tried to convince me, you guys forget it, but I remember all the arguments. Not you guys, that the Doucette guy might be better in an Olympic flag football setting than Patrick Mahomes. That the guy playing quarterback now for Team USA might be better than Mahomes. That was 9 months ago you were making that argument. So,
I just was trying to be
We should route everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not going to be close.
So
Florio threw out there, will countries offer naturalization, like similar to what France tried to do with Embiid or did do or whatever?
Yeah.
Will they be like, hey, to such and such, you want to play in the Olympics and you're not sure you're making Team USA? Like somebody awesome. Like, we will make you a citizen so you can come play for us.
It is interesting. Just one final note on this because I love flag football. What the seeds of the dream team are still sprouting today.
Oh yeah.
When we see Jokic and Giannis and just
they're
the
sprouting
growth
a little too much
of the growth of the game internationally. So I think that will be interesting. Not only I
think that's why it's 32-0. That's why the vote's interesting.
Yeah, and the women's flag football is becoming very popular.
Yeah.
So football has been a very masculine sport, but now it is opening up the aperture for everybody.
On that note, just very quickly, at first blush, I was surprised that not only this had a chance of passing, but shocked it passed unanimously, because in the short term, you would think team owners would be like, NFL teams are pretty usually worried about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so I'm putting my best guys out there at the risk of injury or whatever it is, and maybe missing a little bit of my offseason, all of that. And my guess is it was 32-0 in unison with Goodell talking about, hey, here pretty soon we want to have 16 international games a year for that exact reason of what if we can, get more great players from elsewhere in the world.
All right, moving back to the NFL. It's okay to be vulnerable in life.
Wow.
But not if you're a division champion. Judy Batista compiled a list of the 8 most vulnerable division champs on NFL.com. Detroit, Baltimore, Eagles, Rams, Houston, the Bucks, Kansas City, and then Buffalo. We're going to look at the Ravens. Look,